Hi students, welcome to Bosco Campus Vision. I am Shankar Ganesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, Don Bosco College, Kottayam. I am delighted to present a lecture on the topic Internetworking, which comes under the third module of Computer Networks and Security. This lecture is meant for Semester 3 BCA course of Kerala University. In this lecture, we are going to discuss router and types of routing. A router is a process of selecting path along which the data can be transferred from source to the destination. Routing is performed by a special device known as a router. A router works at the network layer in the OSI model and internet layer in TCP/IP model. A router is a networking device that forwards the packet based on the information available in the packet header and forwarding table. Routing is a process which is performed by layer 3, that is network layer devices, in order to deliver the packet by choosing an optimal path from one network to another. The principles of routing can apply to any type of network, from telephone networks to public transportation. In packet switching networks such as the internet, routing selects the path for internet protocol packets to travel from their origin to their destination. These internet routing decisions are made by routers. Routing can be classified into three categories: static routing, default routing, and dynamic routing. First one, static routing. Static routing is also known as non-adaptive routing. It is a technique in which the administrator manually adds the routes in a routing table. A router can send the packets for the destination along the route defined by the administrator. In this technique, routing decisions are not made based on the condition or topology of the networks. Advantages and disadvantages of static routing. Advantages: it has no overhead on the CPU usage of the router. Therefore, the cheaper router can be used to obtain static routing. It has no bandwidth usage between the routers. It provides security as the system administrator to a particular network. Disadvantages: for a large network, it becomes a very difficult task to add each route manually to the routing table. The system administrator has to add each route manually. Second one, default routing. Default routing is a technique in which a router is configured to send all the packets to the same home device, and it does not matter whether it belongs to a particular network or not. It is generally used with stub routers. A stub router is a router which has only one route to reach all other networks. Default routing is used when networks deal with the single exit point. It is chosen only when a specific route is not mentioned in the routing table. Third one, dynamic routing. Dynamic routing makes automatic adjustment of the routes according to the current state of the route in the routing table. Dynamic routing uses protocols to discover network destinations and the routes to reach it. RIP and OSPF are the best examples of dynamic routing protocol. Automatic adjustment will be made to reach the network destination if one route goes down. Advantages and disadvantages of dynamic routing. Advantages: it is easier to configure. It is more effective in selecting the best route in response to the changes in the condition or topology. Disadvantages: it is more expensive in terms of CPU and bandwidth usage. It is less secure as compared to default and static routing. In this lecture, we have discussed router and types of routing. Hope all of you have understood the lecture. Thank you.